What is a DDP Master? A DDP 2.0 file set is an industry-standard replication format typically prepared by a professional mastering engineer using a specialized software. The file set typically consists of 4 to 5 files that contain the audio, track ID information, and optionally CD text information. The DDP format is well suited for electronic delivery as it can be easily uploaded and delivered directly to the plant. There is no loss of quality when using this format. In addition, it is useful to allow the producers and artists to audition the final work, and avoiding the delay and hassle of sending a physical CD. In the early days of CD manufacturing, a CD audio master would be sent to the manufacturer, and they would create a glass master from that CD from which all the copies would be made. This approach is still used today in many situations. When you are sent a DDP master, it often arrives as a zip file, which then expands into a folder like this. The name will be that of your project. Not necessarily what you see here, but it should have the word DDP in it to identify it. This whole folder is what gets sent to the plant. Inside the DDP folder, there are many files that are required to create a CD at the pressing plant. But for the purpose of sending a file to the artist, we have included a player folder, which includes a couple of applications. And here they are, the HOFA DDP Player Mac OS and the DDP Player Windows version. I'm going to start up the Mac version. You can see that immediately it loads the files that are within the DDP package and translates them into actual listings that can be clicked on. There are many features to this player that are very useful for the end user and the artist and producer. The first thing is that without using a CD or making a CD, you can actually play. But the first thing we have to do is go into settings and make sure your output device is covered. In this case, I'm using my Pro Tools hardware. You may need to set your settings to built-in line output, or whatever your playback device is. Now when I click on the song and select the first song and hit play, you can hear what is in that file, and it plays in sequence with the gaps that were programmed into it, just like a regular CD. So if there are crossfades or whatever, those places will represent what your actual CD will play like. I'm going to turn the volume down now so I can talk over some of the other features. Of course, you can pick any of the files that are within there.
Laughter is the end sound of your...
And some very nice features are within this app here. One of which is that you can see the levels. And you can go through one by one and see the relative levels.
Laughter is the...
And compare them to make sure that they're pleasingly accurate and even enough within the CD. You can also witness the spatial representation of the stereo field with this gynometer that's here. And another thing you can do is burn the CD. Down here you can see basically like a scroll here, or a progress indicator, which will show you where the cursor is or where the position in the song is, because all you see up here is songs and you don't really see the waveforms. But you can click anywhere here and quickly go through each part of each take each song. You can see the CD time and the track number. And then up here in the File menu, you can save all the tracks as audio files, or save as one audio file, or export a track list as a PDF file. All available inside this same app. You can see there's extra options within that, and you can choose either a WAV, AIFF, FLAC, org Vorbis, or MP3. Lots of choices there. Finally, you can choose to save all the files into a CD that would play exactly like your final product. You can do that from this menu here, or there's a little button down here that will do the same thing. Click on that, select the CD writer, and the write speed, the number of copies, and then hit start. And it will start rendering and creating the burn file. Usually the disk drawer will be out waiting for you to insert a CD first, and then it will start working. One more feature that I need to mention, you can click on this control right here, and it will start playing the beginning and end and transition of each of the cuts in the CD, and listen to it as it does it very quickly rather than have to click around and try to do it and find the places. I'll demonstrate. Select the first cut, and then click on the little T right there.
Hard to count the sea.
Beginning and the end. Okay. Then the next tune will play. As you can see it shift. So I'm going to have a long pre-gap there. And it plays 10 seconds of this tune. And then the end of the tune. And so forth. And it goes through the whole CD this way. Now it's going to play the next tune at the beginning of track 3. And this makes it very easy to figure out and listen to the transitions that are part of the recording. So that's a quick overview of the Mixstream DDP Player, and I hope this was instructive. Mixstream.